In this video, I'm going to expose what doctors, nurses, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists, and anyone working in the medical field or just healthcare workers in general, what they have been secretly doing for over 20 to 40 years. So let's get into this video. There's two categories of people, which I don't know if it's the government or some sort of secret government have been targeting over the last 40 years. Two categories, and I'm going to name them both right now. They're dreamers and Christians. You might say, Joe, what do these people have in common and why are they targeting them? Well, Christians is obvious. What Jesus talked about from Matthew to John, in my opinion, even just Matthew to John, is the most valuable information of all the information in the world. I have multiple Bibles. I've had multiple Bibles over my life, and it's completely changed my life. But anyone who's an atheist or agnostic obviously knows this about Christians, and so they systematically targeted them in order to stop them from seeming legit. What they've been doing, like I said earlier, is calling them fake, crazy names in order to control the narrative. Because who's going to believe a crazy person over a sane person? You see what I'm saying? That was their league of thinking. So the reason, and you might say, Joe, as an ninjutsu student, what's their weakness? The weakness is rebellion. Rebellion is the weakness to these healthcare workers because it shows them that you don't care about what they think about you or what you've been diagnosed with. Let's say you have bipolar, for instance. They label you, they slap on a label of bipolar, and then all of a sudden you have to take some sort of lithium or other med, all because a doctor is getting underhanded money from Big Pharma in order to make himself go on vacation for 2 weeks. So greed is the number one reason why these healthcare workers, well, anyone from a nurse to a doctor to a counselor to a psychologist and psychiatrist, they make money. That's the only reason it's operating. So that's the first thing. But then you might say, Joe, what about the other one, dreamers? Why would anyone in government, secret government, or healthcare target dreamers? Well, for the same reason Genesis 40, the first book of the Bible, mentions a major dreamer, Joseph. Joseph had a dream which represents what you want to do, where 12 staffs bowed down to his one staff, and it was his staff, and then 12 calves, or I don't know if it's calves and staffs, it's something, bows down to his calf. And do you remember what his brothers did? They do no different than the healthcare workers and doctors. They threw him in a pit, and then they sold him to slavery. What does a pit represent? Death. What does slavery represent? Being no freedom. So no freedom is the number one reason why these healthcare workers and medical workers want you a slave to the system. Something to think about. If you're a dreamer, a Christian, you have a mental illness, rest assured I have proof that demons are the only reason you have acted crazy in your life. And no one can control a demon because they're of Satan, and Satan's the controller of chaos.